Eric and I had the awesome opportunity to spend the weekend in a small town near Nanjing that his tutor is actually from, called Quanjiao. So first we went out to dinner to a hot pot place, which is basically where they have a big bowl of like boiling broth in front of you, and then you cook different thinly cut raw meats and vegetables and stuff in it. The next morning when we got up, we heard an insane number of fireworks going off, so I ran outside with my GoPro to investigate. I only caught the cleanup portion, but you can kind of get an idea of how many fireworks were launched based on the amount of rubble there is. The weirdest part about the fireworks, though, is that no one else seemed to care. It was like totally normal for them. Okay, so this poster. Basically, Eric's tutor has an education company, and since I'm like a casual ESL teacher in China, he came to one of my classes one time and took pictures. Little did I know they had it printed on thousands of flyers and dozens of big vinyl signs. So that is why I am on posters in downtown Quanjiao. So we kind of followed the company around. They took us out to lunch at this like amazing noodle place. Oh, the noodles are so good. I want to go back. So we visited the different campuses, and they were in 3 different cities. The first one we went to is Quanjiao, and then the second one you can see here is, it's actually not the campus, it's just a room, but it's in the city of Arlong, which is about maybe like a 45-minute drive from Quanjiao. And Eric and I actually ended up speaking to groups of people, which was really weird. But the coolest part of the whole day for me was just seeing the pretty like country atmosphere in China, because I haven't really experienced much of that before other than looking out the window on a train. It was a little strange though. As you can see, this town is pretty small. And I don't think they have very much experience with foreigners, because when I walked into the classroom with all those kids, everyone just went, wow. I felt like an alien. It was such a weird experience, but they treated me so well. I was like an alien celebrity. It was really weird. But yeah, as you can see, the countryside is gorgeous, and we did a ton of driving that day. It was like me and 2 other people in the back of the car, and everyone had something to do with this educational company that his tutor basically owns and runs. The last place we went that you can see, I think this is it, is called Guha. That's the other campus that he has. So it's in Quanjiao, Arlong, and Guha. And I believe it's all in Anhui province, which is the province right next to Jiangsu where Nanjing is. And as you can tell, it's kind of a farming community. So there's a lot of like open fields, and there are a bunch of peach stands and like tractors driving by. It was kind of cool. Oh, this is what it looks like when a school that has 5,000 young children get out about 3 o'clock. Of course, they took us out again to eat. They didn't let us pay for anything. It was crazy. That's one of my favorite snacks in China, these like squid or octopus legs. And then I was like, is there any jiaozi here? And we're like this like street vendor kind of an area, and he like started booking it over to this jiaozi place, and it looked way different than jiaozi I'm used to, but it tasted so good. I ate like 4 of them, and they're really big, and I was so full after this. They got us like beer towers and crab and like skewers. It was just, the amount of food was absolutely insane. So that night, after our like last company thing, we took about a 40-minute car ride to a lake area outside Quanjiao, and we took a boat at about 10 o'clock at night, so it's pitch black out. Yeah, we took a boat to an island that some of Eric's tutor's family apparently lives on. And they have like a guest house area, which is where we stayed. It was definitely like roughing it for me. They didn't have air conditioning or a fan, and it was like super hot, and I won't get into it exactly. There's some bug issues. It is what it is. So this was a big moment when we opened the door, because we arrived here late at night and we couldn't see anything, so we had no idea where we were or what it looked like. So it was kind of cool to open the door in the morning and look out at where we were for the first time. Definitely a strange experience waking up on a rural island in China. We woke up to the sound of about 20 roosters crowing, so we knew they had chickens, that was for sure. They probably had 30 or 40 chickens. And this island only houses like 2 families, so it's pretty small. And then this girl right here that you can see is chilling over the lake, which apparently has super clean water. Sometimes they drink it. But she is plucking feathers off of a chicken that was killed like minutes earlier. And I'm really sorry if you're like vegetarian or vegan or something, but there will be a chicken killed later in this video. I will warn you before that happens. This family really sustains their lives on their chickens, so it's kind of a big deal to them. And I think they're doing it right, honestly. Like in America, we don't really think about where our food's from. And I was kind of confronted experimented with that here. So this is breakfast. Some cucumbers with garlic, and then some noodles and eggs. It was fresh and delicious. Jasmine flowers. It smelled so good. And then here's some chicken. So then we took the boat back to the other side where we had come from to go kind of walk around that little area, which is really pretty. It's a big dam, I believe. Then we got back on the boat and took a really awesome boat ride. So Eric's tutor's dad was actually the one driving this boat, and there were parts where he stopped and he was like, you could literally take a cup. I mean, this is all in Chinese, so it's translated to me, but it's like you could take a cup, dip it in the water, and drink it and be fine. So this is what it looks like when you walk back onto the island, and we had just finished our boat ride, and then they were going to have us for lunch and then head home after that. I'm going to warn you right now, there's about to be some chickens killed. That's a chicken coop. That chicken's not dead yet, but it's about to be. That's the dog. He's so cute. He's so happy because he knows that he's about to get chicken. So basically what they do is they cut the neck and then let it bleed, and they keep the blood and actually cook it. So they're really using all the parts of the chicken. And that chicken that you see flapping around, that chicken is dead. That's just what happens. You know the phrase, running around like chicken with your head cut off? Yeah, the body's just moving. It's like a reflex. Like I was saying before, in America, I feel like we're really detached from what our meat actually is, and people eat meat and don't really think about it. But this is the reality of what it's like to kill a chicken, and this chicken lived a damn good life compared to a lot of the chickens in like factory farms in America. They basically served us the entire chicken and then an entire fish, and then a big bowl of greens with fresh eggs in them. And of course the dog wanted in on that too. Not only did the dog come beg for food, the rooster came and begged for food too. That cracked me up. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please be sure to leave them down below. Talk to you soon. Bye.